DJI Mini 3, the entry-level drone from DJI. Sounds like a drone. DJI Mini 3, the entry-level drone from DJI. Spare propellers, extra battery, and defilters. So, why did I buy this when I already own this, the Mavic 3 Classic? This is an amazing drone. I use this for mountain bike videography, and for the first time the other day, I used it in the vlog and got some awesome shots down in Geelong, which is why I decided I wanted to buy this. So first in this video, I'm going to unbox this, we'll check out what's in it, and then I'm going to explain to you why I bought it. Then we're going to take it on test flight and see if it's actually any good or if I'll be just sad and really want to be using my big drone. Let's get into it. If you're not a photographer or videographer, don't worry, this will actually be useful, because if you've ever thought about buying a drone, this could potentially be the very best first drone to buy for either you or for maybe a kid, especially if they're getting to that sort of 12, 13 sort of age where they might be able to fly a drone by themselves with supervision. I don't know what the rules are. This would be a great option, and they're actually on sale at the moment for $5.99 with a remote, which is cheap. Oh, look, it's teeny. It's so small. Head for comparison. Regular sized iPhone for comparison. Tiny. And that is the main reason I bought it, because it is tiny and lightweight to pack and travel with. So when we go overseas in a few weeks, I wasn't going to bring a drone, but now I'm going to, and it's going to be this little fella. The other thing is these are only 249 grams, which in a lot of regions, particularly the US, but more so in Australia now as well, 249 gram, which is sub 250 grams, that category of drone gets around a lot of regulations, especially in the US, the FAA regulations, having to register and do that sort of stuff. You don't need to do that with this. So you can fly it in a lot more places with less paperwork. That's the big plus side. Also, it's cheap. So if I crash it, it's not a big deal. If it gets stolen, it's not a big deal. In this box, there's not much, because I bought the drone only. If you buy it with one of the remotes, there's either the remote that requires a smartphone. That's the one that you would get if you were trying to get sort of the drone for a decent price and you've got a smartphone to use with it. That's the one that's $5.99 currently on sale. Or you can get a package with this remote that has a screen built into it, doesn't require a smartphone. And that one, I'll have to check the price. So yeah, with the regular remote, it's down to $5.99 from $7.49, or with the DJI RC, which is this one, the one that I've already got, it is $7.49 to come with this remote, which is also a great deal. So I was able to buy it with no remote because I already had this remote from my big drone, the Mavic 3 Classic, and now I can pair both drones to this remote. Obviously I can only use one at a time, but one remote, two drones, saves on remote, saves money. This one was only $4.79 as a drone with no remote. Let's check it out. Take the gimbal cover off. That's the gimbal cover to protect the little gimbal. It's got all these sticky things on it. Take that off. Alright, take the last few stickers off. We'll unfold this thing. Can't believe how light it is. It is tiny. Battery's pretty small too. So yeah, I got a spare battery. I didn't get the Fly More kit. I only usually need one spare battery, and the Fly More kit comes with a remote and all that sort of stuff. It's probably a good idea if you were buying it as your first drone. That Fly More kit comes with 3 batteries and some other spares and stuff like that. So I'm going to plug this into USB-C to get it charging and check out what else is in this box. Why do they do this? So it does come with some spare propellers in the box as well. Quick start guide. Little mini screwdriver for changing the propellers. USB-C cord. Well, we're not fully charged yet, but I'm going to see if we get enough power to try and pair this up with the remote and start getting it set up. Sometimes you even have to install new firmware on these before you can fly them. So don't buy one and take it out thinking you're going to be able to immediately get it in the air. There's often a bit of downloading of firmware and stuff to do, so you might need Wi-Fi or you know, data connected to your phone or something like that to get it going. I'm putting in a 256 gig SanDisk Extreme Pro memory card. You don't need anything this fancy or big, but I like to be able to put heaps of footage on it and not have to worry, and it's nice and fast for transfer speeds too. This memory card was about $100, but you can get something for $30 or $40. It's totally fine. She's on. Well, actually have to update the firmware on the remote before I can do anything, I think. So we'll start with that. Still going. While this is still finishing off, so I got the Mini 3. There is also the Mini 3 Pro and now the Mini 4 Pro. So I didn't get the Mini 4 Pro because it isn't actually compatible with this controller. There's a new version of this, and it only works, the Mini 4 only works with the new version, and I wanted to be able to use the same controller for both my drones. So the Mini 4 Pro is out. It is also a fair bit more expensive, closer to $1,000 I think for just the drone by itself. The Mini 3 Pro would have been an option, but I couldn't find any in stock as a drone only. And even then, they have essentially the same camera, but the Mini 3 Pro has slightly higher spec 4K recording at 60 frames a second, whereas this Mini 3 is only 30 frames a second. I don't shoot any slow-mo stuff for drone usually anyway. I shoot in normal because usually the drone movement's quite slow. So I thought the Mini 3 would be totally fine. Plus it's cheap. So that's why I went with the Mini 3 over the Mini 4 Pro or Mini 3 Pro. Essentially, they're all sub 250 gram drones, so they're kind of all in the same category. That's why I'm comparing them all. The other ones, anything other than that wasn't an option because I wanted to stay under 250 grams, small as possible, cheap as possible for traveling. Plus, I've already got a big drone that's awesome. Still going. All right, firmware's updated. Let's see what the go is here. There we go. Okay. Activate DJI device. Agree. Activation successful. Do I want to buy Care Refresh? No. Care Refresh is like extra warranty and like damage control and stuff if you crash your drone or if it just flies away on its own. It's like maybe $80 a year for this drone, but I only paid $470 for this drone. I'm not going to buy it. I think I did buy it for my big drone, but I'm not going to buy it for this. Okay, we're back to some more firmware updates. Let's do that. This one seems to be going a little faster at least, but it's getting tiresome. Little update. We've been on 99% complete for quite a while now. All right, looks like we've done. The camera is working. We are connected. Let's take this bad boy outside and see what we can do. All right, I think we're finally good to go. Let's take it out in the backyard for a quick test flight, and then we're going to go to Harcourt and do a little bit of mountain biking with the drone and see how it goes with that. It's so tiny. All right, we're flying. pretty quiet. Hovers perfectly. I'm doing nothing. It's just doing its thing. I'm going to take this thing for a little fly up around the trees that we've got on our property because they're some of the tallest ones in the neighbourhood. We'll check them out from a few angles. Birds don't like it. Well, so far, I haven't set the camera up properly or anything, but it looks great. Look at those two big trees in our front yard. Bring it down under the tree. Put it into low speed mode. It's pretty good to control. One thing about these little mini drones is they don't actually have advanced obstacle avoidance. So if you are going to crash it into something, it'll probably just crash. Unfortunately, you'd have to go up to the Mini 3 Pro or the Mini 4 Pro or even the new Air 3 to get the obstacle avoidance sensors. I've never found them to be particularly useful with my bigger drones, so I'm not too worried, but for a first drone flyer, if you are worried about that, it might be worth checking it out. But yeah, being able to dust the leaves on the ground is pretty cool without So far, this thing's great. We're out at Harcourt, go for a quick ride, find a good spot to give this a test flight. But I wanted to show you how small it is. I'm actually going to put it in my waist pack rather than a camera bag, which is probably pretty dangerous, but should be fine. Not recommended to put this in an unpadded waist bag, but I want to see how compact it can be. 2 videos in 1 week. How you going? How's it going? Good. Let's hope I don't crash. We're going all the way to the top. You see those kangaroos? Alright, I'm going to see how long it takes me to get this drone in the air. Such a good spot. Look, it's Elena.
See the kangaroos?
Yeah, I saw the kangaroos. I don't know if we got it on camera. Nice e-bike.
Making it easy to ride.
The slowest part's usually waiting for the controller to start up and the drone to find all the GPSs. This one does not know to avoid trees. The deer ones do. Well, first flight of the drone, I almost lost it, but we'll see. Well, overall, I'm pretty impressed with this little drone. I did almost lose it, and I'm still figuring out its limitations and how to set the video up so it looks good, but it's pretty good. It's tiny. I'm gonna give it one more fly before we head home, see what else I can get.